So today is Thursday. We want to do our market analysis for the charts. So we want to start with the news that is going to affect the markets today. So what we have now that is going to affect the market today. We have the yellow folder for JPY, NZD, AUD, Chinese yen, Japanese yen, euro, Swiss franc, euro, and then at 10 a.m. we have an orange folder. So an orange folder, this is the folder we need to worry about because it will affect the market. 11 a.m. we have also an orange folder. 1 p.m. a red folder, Bank of England monetary policy report. So on GBP we have a red folder at 1 p.m. and then we have another one at 1:30. GBP Bank of England government barely speaks, and then at 2:15 we have another euro rate folder, main refinancing rate, and at 2:30 p.m. we have Canadian dollar and US dollar at the same time. And then at 2:30 again we have another orange folder for USD. Employment cost index, core price index. So the pairs which are going to be affected is euro, GBP, and then CAD and USD. So today these are the 4 major pairs that are going to be affected with the news. So without further ado, let's go to the chart and see whether we can find some setups that are going to trade today. So we are going to start with Euro USD. Let me remove this. So we are making the chart clean so that you can see what is happening on the chart. So this is what is happening on the chart. The market is taking a downward movement, and then the downward movement is now being caused by the news of yesterday. Yesterday there was news saying that the US-Iran conflict is going to continue until further notice, because the blockage of the Strait of Hormuz is going to continue. So this caused the US dollar to gain power over Euro USD, and then the news I said yesterday, if the rates are going to be increased or decreased, this is going to affect the USD because it is going to face inflation, and then euro is going to strengthen and the markets will go up. And then yesterday the USD, the news did not increase or decrease any price. They are now remained at the same from the last month, so they didn't even increase them. So I think it's because of the situation in the Middle East, so they didn't want to increase. It will cause maybe inflation, or it will affect the market. So today I want to just give an analysis based on that, so that I can maybe find a setup that I'm going to take, because the markets are going to have a lot of volatility today. I don't want to miss a trade because of that. So right now, what I am able to see is that the market was moving to, on the market Monday market opening, when I analyzed the charts, I was expecting the chart to move, like a move to the upside, and I was saying the market, like the trend was now a bullish trend, but for now we are not considering that, because we have this supply zone, of which we need to consider it as a strong supply zone, which is causing the markets to turn. If you can see from the past 2025 September, if the market reaches this zone, it will turn with it will turn very strongly to the downside. Every time it reaches this, it will turn to the downside very strongly. So now I just want to say the market is now moving down, maybe to collect some liquidity at this zone. This is where I want to put my main focus, because we are now heading to the downside, but we have this zone that need to be breaked before the market will move to this downside. So what I need to see is that the market will retest to the upper side, to this zone. The markets will retest to this zone. The markets will retest to this zone before continuing going down, and then after retesting to that zone, and then it will be following this type of movement. Moving down, moving up, and then I'll enter on the pullback of this one. Like this have already happened. If you can see that the market was moving up, moving down, and moving up. Now it is maybe continuing moving down to the downside to reach this level, and then move up, and then move down, and then it will reach this. It will reach this one with a setup like this one. But I need a confirmation again not this one, because this one is not that strong, and even the market is not moving. It is not like moving fast. Let me go to 1 hour. There is a lot of buyers and sellers in this market, but the sellers are more dominant because of the news, which is helping the sellers to bring the markets down also. So let me go to daily chart. The daily chart, yes, this is what we have on the daily chart. We have a doji candle at this top side, saying that the markets have a strong downward movement, because a daily candle shows us that the market is no longer moving up, and this fair value gap, which was created yesterday, and a continuation maybe starting from here downside. So we need to look for a movement to the half of this fair value gap. Then we enter our sell orders. We enter our sell orders starting from there to the downside, and then we'll see, because the news is also affecting EURUSD, and then GBP, and then Canadian dollar. So we don't know what is going to happen, but the conflict in the Middle East nowadays is not affecting that much to the market. So we are not even considering that it will be something that we need to be scared of, because the markets are now knowing the situation, so they are not even reacting to it very strongly. So this is the analysis for EURUSD. We need to see a pullback to the upside from this level to here, and then a continuation to the downside, and a pullback, maybe like this one, the movement which is like this. It will be a solid movement if we use as something like this. And then if it wants to collect the liquidity above, it will give something like this. But this one is not aligning with the daily chart, so we will focus on this one, an early entry, because the daily is confirming that we are selling the markets. So this is what we need to look for. But during the day, there's a lot of things that is going to happen, and maybe the markets will gain power and reverse to the upside. Because yesterday I said we need a pullback to the downside for us to enter our buys. But right now, for us to enter our buys, we need something, not this one. We need a pullback to the upside and a pullback to the downside. like this for us to say the markets are now moving to the upside. So but now we need to focus on the downtrend, because we need to see if it is continuing moving down or if it is continuing moving up. Because the markets, the volume of selling power is not that big comparing to the volume of buying power. So, and also the momentum the momentum of the candlesticks is not that big, but we can see we are now selling. So we'll see what is going to happen. Maybe it's because of the level where the market is. That's why the candlesticks are very small and thin. So with long candle shadows, so we need to see a pullback to the upside and a pullback to the downside for continuing selling. So this is it for the Euro USD. We are going to USD card. Yes, USD card. We don't have in. Let me see USD card. Let me go to daily, because one day is going to show us where the markets are likely to reverse more, because there is stronger reversals on daily, not on 4 hour. So the larger time frames give us good confirmations other than smaller time frames. So what we need maybe is a pullback to this zone. Because we need to know the narrative of this market. Is it creating higher highs or higher lows? Or is it ranging? Is it creating lower highs and lower lows? Because now we are not seeing the setup that is there. The market is just consolidating at this point. So I can't say the market is buying or selling from this point of view. I can't say the market is buying or selling, or the market is trending or ranging. The market is just choppy. There's no certain direction that the market wants to take from this point. Because the structure, I can even see the structure of it. So I don't want to trade blindly, because if I trade blindly, I'm not going to give a good analysis of it. So we need to move to another pair. NZD USD retested to the equal highs and then came into this demand zone and breaked the demand zone, continuing moving to the downside. So the market did not give me the structure that I said I'm looking for. So I'm not even worried about missing the opportunity. So what I am worrying about is where the market is going. Am I going to find another trade, or the market is going to take another time for it to create another move that is going to be a good move like this one? Because this one is a good move. I said the market wants to dip to the downside, but what I did not want about this one, the equal highs like this, I was looking for something like a break of this equal highs, and then a pullback, and then I would enter the trades on the second pullback, not on equal highs, because I was not looking for a trade on these equal highs. But I will see what the market is going to give me. But the markets will always respect the structure. So even though I can say I lost an entry, but the structure is going to be respected, and it will happen in the near future. So this is the thing that I look for in the market. So I'm not able to see any opportunity to open a trade right here, or an area that I can say I can open a trade on NZD, an area that I can say I can open a trade on NZD. So we need to see a pullback, and then I will take a trade on the retest, or on the second retest to the downside movement, so that we can continue the market to the downside, not like equal highs like this. Equal highs like this. Maybe if the market is retested to this zone, it is continuing moving to the upside, and then it will retest on this zone, and it will give us a pullback starting from this zone to the downside, not from any of these zones. Not from any of these zones. So from NZD-USD we move to AUD-USD. AUD was making safe havens, and then it started to sell from the yesterday news that the blockage is continuing, and then Australian is always like, if price of oils goes higher, the Australian dollar is going to be weak, because it is mostly influenced with oil. The pair is mostly influenced with the shortage of the oil in the country. So right now we are looking for sell orders for this one. We can say at this zone, because the markets gave us equal highs like this. This one, equal highs like this. So we are looking for a pullback to the upper side, because we have a break of structure to the downside at these lows. So we are looking for a pullback in this to make it another low, another high, and then we will take the market direct from the highest point going to the downside, creating these highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows like this. This is what we need to see if the market is continuing going down. We need to see something like this. We need to see something like this, like this, for us to say yes, we can trade it. And then we go to GBP USD. Yesterday we were looking for buys, but today, and the structure was not also the exact, so we didn't take any trade from there. So now what we are looking for is this structure. We need this. We need this structure. Maybe we can say this one, but this is not it, because this was supposed to break these lows from the right side. We have this area. This was supposed to break the low, the previous low, to make a new low, and then it did not give us this new low. So we can say there is a break of structure. If there is a break of structure on this movement, we will take a trade on the retest to continue selling the market. We'll take a trade from the new high, but we need a break of structure below this old low. So this is what I am looking for on to continue moving to the downside like this one. This is the structure that I'm looking for on GBP USD. This is the structure. For me to say yes, there is need to continue to take the market low, and also we have this zone and this zone. So if the market is going to give me this, will continue the market to this zone, and then after that we are likely to get a pullback at this zone, and then a move to the upside at this zone, and a move to the downside at this zone. At this zone. So yes, this is it for GBP USD. We go to NZT card. NZT card did not respect any of our analysis from yesterday and even from Monday market open. It seems like Canadian dollar yesterday was very strong versus the NZD, which was weak. So there was a very big downward movement. It starting from these equal highs, starting from the equal highs to the downside. So right here we can't give we can't say there's any structure that we can trade on NCD Canadian dollar. There's no structure here. There is no structure that we can say we can trade, but the market was giving us series of lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. So this was a confirmation that the market is now moving to the downside, but I did not see that. So I miss it because of the structure that I was looking for. So we move to AUD card. AUD card was also moving down, but I don't want to analyze this one. BTC USD, it is now moving down from the 79 highest point. It is now moving to the downside, but BTC, AUD, yesterday I said we need XAU USD. Yesterday I said we need a movement to the upside, and the market did give us a movement to the upside and then continuation to the downside. This is what I am also looking for today, a movement to the upside, but with a very strong move to the upside and then a movement to the downside to continue moving up, because we need a lower high and then we'll continue taking the market to this low. We need a lower high and then we'll continue taking the market to the next low. So this is what we need for God to give us. This is what we are looking for. This is what we are looking for. USD JPY safe havens, because JPY is now weak. AUD, Euro AUD, the market is now moving up. Euro is now gaining power. So we are looking for a pullback to take the markets up. Because if the market is going to move to the upside, we will look for a pullback. We will take the markets at this level, not at the first one. We need a pullback for us to take the markets. This one is the right pair that we need to focus on for today. Euro AUD and GBP AUD, these are the both currencies we need to trade today. Let me go to GBP AUD. Same thing, we need a pullback. so that we will confirm that the market is now taking a move to the upside. We need a pullback because the market have break structure to the upward movement, so we need a pullback to the downside, then we enter the trade there, because now the price of the market is very high. If I place buys here, it will be the market will move to my side, but I'm going to be in a drawdown for a longer time, so I'll wait for it to go to a price where I can say this is the good price to buy it, and then I'll put my stop loss below everything, and then the market will continue moving up with the right market entry. So we go to CAD CHF. Also, the structure of the market is not good, and then from there we move to GBP NZD. NZD was weak, I think, yesterday, so the market continues to move, because I said we need the markets to fill in this gap, and then maybe we will look for sales starting from there. But I don't think the market is going to reverse on this level. It will be a continuation to the upper side. And then we go to, this is the exact same thing. GBP and Euro will move with the same structure. We also have these equal lows, which was showing that the market is now not interested in moving to the downside, but we didn't see the structure yesterday, so I didn't even worry about it. I was worried about the retest at the upper side, then we move the market to the downside, but this equal lows is the sign for strong rejection of sellers, so buyers are now in control of the market, so we can't trade it to the downside. So we must look for buys on a reversal, or we must leave it. And then we go to GBP CAD. I was looking for a pullback at this level, because yesterday we said we need a pullback at this level, then we'll take the market to the upside. But GBP is now not GBP, Canadian dollar maybe is now strong, and we have this movement that is the same movement from this movement where the market will give us two double tops, and this one the market give us two double tops. What we need here is a break of structure to the downside. A break of structure to the downside. Not this one. A break of structure to the downside and a pullback for us to consider it on this supply zone, and then we'll continue taking the market to the downside when the CAD continues to have its strength, because there was a strong rejection of buys here, and then this caused a choppy area, but after all the market manages to give a pullback to the upside and a retest at the same zone and a pullback to the upside, creating equal lows, and then this gives the market strength to break the structure of this of these choppy areas, but for us to move to take the market or to trade it, we need a pullback, a new pullback, not this one, not to continue taking the market the downside with this move. We need a pullback. And so this is it for Thursday. This is 30, yes, April 30 market analysis for USD, USD CAD, NZD, USD, AUD, GBP, USD, and the other pairs that we have analyzed. So we will see what is the market going to give us, and then I will update you on the analysis of the market tomorrow, because tomorrow there is no red folder there's no red folder of any currency, so the markets will be moving, will be continuing in a specific direction. So today is where the markets are going to decide whether they are going to continue moving to a specific direction or there will be consolidation, and on Monday the markets will start again looking for a side to take. So this is it for this video.